How's it going, everybody? My name is Nick and welcome back to the channel. We're going to go over today how you can afford the Tesla Model 3 or any other item you may want. Let's go. Alright, so have you ever thought to yourself, man, I wish I could buy blank? I know I have, and that actually happened to me driving down the street. There was a Tesla Model 3 driving right next to me and I said, man, I wonder if I can afford that. So I figured, why not go and check? So today we're gonna go over how to budget and how to budget for items that you may wanna buy based off your spending and saving goals. So today I'm gonna go over my actual budget and how I went about going to see if I could afford the Tesla Model 3. Okay, so before we actually go into my budget and see if I can afford the Tesla Model 3, I'm gonna give you my 3 steps that I use and that you can use as well for building a budget. So phase 1 is spend and track, phase 2 is game plan, and phase 3 is execute. So as I go over my budget and how I went to go see if I could afford the Tesla, we're gonna be going through those phases. All right, so let's enter phase 1. That is spend and track. So what I mean by spend and track is that for a whole month, or even if you have a longer time period, you wanna spend as normal. If you already go on a budget, spend like you normally would. If you don't have a budget, spend like you normally would. But after that month or 3 months, whatever time period you want to choose, then you want to go back and per month, you want to map out how much you're actually spending. So I did this and I'll now show my budget on the screen. And this is my estimated spending per month based on how I usually spend. And then I tweaked it a little bit towards goals I had. So as you can see here, my savings I have is $450. Prior to now, I was saving a lot more than $450 because I didn't have my $1,830 rent payment, but that is just something that fluctuates and that's something I needed to take into account. So when I say spend and track, I mean spend like you normally would, track your payments, whether it be bank statements, apps such as Mint, an Excel sheet. You can do it all manually if you'd like, but you need to be able to track your spending so that in the future, you can know what your budget is and how much you usually spend. So now that you've theoretically spent and tracked what you were spending, now you can actually go and game plan. So since my whole goal of doing this was to be able to see if I could afford that Tesla, we're now gonna see how much the Tesla is actually gonna cost me. So I'm gonna go on to Tesla's website, configure my Tesla Model 3 however I want, and then I'm gonna see what monthly payments I would have to pay if I were to buy this car. So we'll do that real quick, and then I'll put it on the screen when we get back. After going on Tesla's website, configuring my Tesla Model 3, my estimated loan payment came out to be $635 a month, which is a lot cheaper than I thought it would be. I think the overall price of this Model 3 I built was a little bit above $40,000, and they're getting this $635 a month based off 0% down, 72-month payments, and 3.5 APR. So that's a pretty good percentage rate. So Tesla also likes to put in there that they have loan after estimated savings, which is at $575 a month. Now that's after their estimated gas savings and if your government gives you a tax rebate on some of these clean vehicle purchases that you make. I'm just gonna go based off the estimated loan payment because that's what's actually gonna be paid by me if I were to get this car. So we're gonna keep that at $635 a month. Now that we know this Tesla Model 3 is gonna cost me $635 a month, we now need to go and game plan and tweak my estimated spending budget based on that new expense that I would have to undertake. Now what we're gonna do, because in my current budget and in my current spending, I do pay for a car, so I have a loan out on my car right now, and that's at $495 a month. So we're gonna go make the assumption that I'm gonna sell my car and I'm able to pay off the loan in full with no profit, so it's really just gonna zero out that payment. So let's pretend I don't have that $495 payment anymore, and the difference between that $495 and the estimated $635 Tesla payment is $140. So for simplicity's sake, we're gonna round that up to $150, and we're gonna need to actually tweak my current spending by $150 to make up for this extra money I'm gonna have to pay for the Tesla. So if we go into my actual budget and see what I've planned. Now, just to give you an overview, this planned $4,345 is after my estimated paychecks for that month. So I get paid bi-weekly. It's not exactly 2 payments a month, but it's around there. And this payment also is after taxes and after all of the money I put into retirement. I put a lot of money into retirement, so that's where a big chunk of my money goes up front. But this is after tax, after retirement. So this $4,345 is what I have to work with for my budget. So now that we know I'm gonna have to cut about $150 from my current spending budget to be able to afford this Tesla, we're just gonna go down the list and see where I think I can give some money. So as I'm going down, I can already see first categories of restaurants. I could probably cut about $50 worth of costs in restaurants. So I'm just gonna cut $50 there. So that leaves me with $100 more that I'm gonna need to cut. And when I go down, I think I can cut $50 from my miscellaneous other expenses and $50 from my fast food and coffee budgets pretty easily. So I'm gonna actually do that real quick. All right, so if you can tell, I tweaked those 3 expenses in my budget to be able to pay for that Tesla Model 3 payment per month, that increase in cost to me. And really, this isn't a big stretch from my budget to be able to say, yes, Nick, you can go actually afford that Tesla Model 3 if you were to sell your car and be able to pay off that loan in full. I could do that pretty easily with my budget. Now, obviously, you can do this with any big purchase that you are doing. So say you wanted to go out and you were budgeting for a house. You wanted a down payment for a house. And you wanted to say, okay, I want to save, let's say $500 a month more than I am now to be able to eventually get that down payment for a house. You could use this method, go in, see your estimated spendings, then look at your categories for your budget and just mess around with it, see what you can cut on to be able to save that extra money. So my last step is obviously execute. Once you come up with this game plan of how you're going to fluctuate your budget to be able to afford another expense, the Tesla Model 3 in this case, you now need to actually go out and execute. So if you're going to change your spending habits, you need to be accountable and actually track yourself and keep very close track on your budget. And if you do that, if you stick to your budget that you planned out, in no time, you'll have however much money you needed to pay for whatever you wanted. So in this case, I could automatically start paying my Tesla 3 payments if I bought it, if I was sticking to my game plan that I made. Just as a reminder, if you're not already subscribed, go down there and hit the subscribe button along with the alert bell. And if you haven't already, go like and comment. It really helps this video in YouTube's algorithm. Be on the lookout for my next video. Have a good one, everybody.